I do have a bathroom with a large bathtub in it. It came with the flat. I thought it might come in handy one day, and it did actually. I store all kinds of old junk there. I've piled up a mountain of things like old books and plants and childhood memorabilia. When I was a child, my mom used to bathe me. It always made her happy. She was so tender. I always had the feeling she was going to melt. And she was rubbing my slippery, soapy baby skin. She would glow with warmth and love. She died when I was little. I was left with my father. He was a religious man, and he had no emotions whatsoever, only his passion for God. And he couldn't bear seeing me naked, of course, not to mention touching me, so he never bathed me, and no one else has ever since. As it turned out, I didn't even need to take a shower. Even though I played the same games every other kid would enjoy. I built sandcastles and petted stray dogs and played in the mud and fought and rode my bicycle down dusty streets in the summer heat, but dirt just wouldn't stick to my skin. I didn't sweat or smell. I had seen my father go to the bathroom, and I remember hearing the sound of the water. I guess I knew what he was doing, but I didn't really think about it. So, yeah, it took me time to realize I was different. It wasn't until I went to school and started talking to the other girls about stuff that I realized that it wasn't only my father's evening ritual. One day I asked him about it, and first he didn't understand. And when he did, he thought I was possessed by demons, but then he preferred the thought I was a saint. So he told me I was chosen and I had to live accordingly. But I hated to be different. It wasn't a blessing, it was a curse. So I tried everything I could think of. I tried petting slugs, keeping dead fish in my pocket. I even swam in the river, and God, it was dirty. And once I even spent a week out in the streets, homeless, in filth, but nothing helped. Hard as I tried, I just remained immaculate. My father used to tell me that the filthiest thing on earth was men, and I should never let one lay a finger on me. And, the thought of a man laying a finger on me was indeed bizarre and sickening, but I was desperate to be normal, so sex seemed to be my last resort. So I tried to have sex on several occasions, but I hear that men like dirty girls, and when it came to physical contact, they would indeed complain that there was no chemistry between us, so men would always fail. When my last attempt failed, I suddenly had a flash of an idea, and that man was standing there apologizing for his dysfunction. And I went to the kitchen and grabbed a knife, and I stabbed him many times. So my floor was a mess and a giant puddle of blood, but I wasn't sorry, and I wasn't horrified or even thrilled, I didn't even think about the dead guy on the floor. I just took a careful look at myself, and I couldn't find the smallest stain. I was spotless. After a moment of disappointment, I felt relief, and for the first time in my life, I was grateful.